He used to sit by the window every morning, long before the world had even begun to stir. The streets would still be wrapped in silence, and yet he'd sit there, motionless, as if waiting for something or someone that would never arrive. His name was Jaden, and to most people, he was just the quiet boy who worked late nights at the grocery store. But behind that stillness was a storm. Jaden had lost his mother 3 years ago, not suddenly, not tragically, but slowly, one forgotten memory at a time. Alzheimer's had stolen her from him long before the end came, and when it did, he was left holding nothing but unanswered questions and regrets. His father, buried in his own grief, stopped speaking more than a few words a day. Their home became a museum of silence. At school, Jaden was just another face. Teachers noted his average grades, classmates barely noticed him, and coaches passed him by. He wasn't special, and that hurt more than anything, because once his mother used to say he was born to run, not just on the track, but through life, with heart and hunger. But now, all he could do was watch. Life moved around him, people laughing, failing, winning, moving forward, and he felt like he'd been left behind at the starting line. No one told him how heavy stillness could feel. No one warned him that grief was not just sadness, but the echo of dreams you once believed were possible. Then came Mr. Ellis. He wasn't flashy, just a substitute PE teacher with a tired whistle and quiet eyes. He didn't bark orders or give motivational speeches, but he noticed. He saw Jaden standing alone during practice, saw how he stayed behind to clean up cones without being asked, saw how he never spoke unless spoken to. One afternoon, as the others cleared out, Mr. Ellis walked up and simply said, "You look like someone who forgot how to run." Jaden blinked. It wasn't a question, and somehow it felt like Mr. Ellis had just peered into the deepest part of him. "Run with me tomorrow," the teacher said, and then walked away. Jaden didn't know why he showed up the next day. Maybe because for the first time, someone had asked him to. Maybe because a part of him, buried under all that sorrow, still remembered the way his feet used to fly. The next morning, before the sun was up, he was there, sneakers laced, heart pounding. Mr. Ellis said nothing, just nodded and started running. Jaden followed. They ran every morning after that. No words, no pressure, just the rhythm of footsteps across the track and the quiet understanding between two people who had both lost something they couldn't name out loud. Mr. Ellis never asked about Jaden's mother. He didn't talk about grief or pain or loneliness. But somehow, in those early dawn runs, Jaden felt understood. The silence between them wasn't empty, it was full. At first, Jaden could barely make it a full lap without burning lungs and shaking legs. But Mr. Ellis didn't stop or slow down. He just kept running, and Jaden kept chasing him, as if chasing something inside himself. With each passing morning, his pace steadied, his breathing found rhythm. And little by little, the weight on his chest lightened. One day, as they cooled down after a run, Mr. Ellis finally spoke. "You know, it's not about outrunning the pain." Jaden didn't reply, but he listened. "It's about learning to carry it better," he said, step by step. That night, Jaden stood in front of the old photo of his mother that sat above the fireplace. For the first time, he didn't turn away from it. He looked at her smile, not the one she wore in her final days, but the one from long ago, when she'd cheer him on at his elementary school races. Back when he used to believe he was fast enough to fly. It still hurt, deeply, but the pain didn't paralyze him anymore. He began showing up more. In class, at work, with his dad. He'd start conversations. He even joined the school's track team, not because he thought he'd win, but because he wanted to run for something again. For her, for himself. On the day of his first meet, Jaden stood at the starting line, surrounded by faster, stronger athletes. His legs trembled not from fear, but from memory, of loss, of healing. Of mornings in the cold, where he ran beside the only adult who saw through the silence. He didn't win that day. He came in fifth. But when he crossed the finish line, breathless and burning, something inside him lifted. In the crowd, Mr. Ellis clapped once, slowly, then gave a small nod. It was enough. Jaden didn't need to be the fastest. He just needed to remember why he was still running. Because some races aren't about beating others. They're about not letting the past keep you from moving forward. Sometimes, the race we run isn't on a track. It's the quiet, invisible race within ourselves. A race to feel again, to forgive ourselves, to find light where it once seemed gone. Jaden didn't cross the finish line to win a medal. He crossed it to reclaim his spirit. And maybe that's what life asks of us, to just keep running, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. If this story touched you, take a moment to reflect. And if you feel moved, like, share, or leave a comment. Let's keep running together with heart. Subscribe for more stories from the tales we share.